Hi, this is Dr. Gordo, and welcome to the Raven and the Writing Desk. Today we're continuing our series on English spelling patterns, and we're looking at different ways to spell the long A sound in single-syllable words. Quickly, it's either going to be spelt with a regular A, followed by a consonant sound in the silent E, the letters AY, or the letters AI. Knowing when to use these letter combinations will all depend on the word, so let's take a closer look at them. Most of the time, when you hear the letter A, say its name in a single-syllable word such as lake, lame, fate, you're simply going to write in the letter A, followed by the consonant sound, and then insert the silent E. So take, for example, the word 8. If you sound it out, A, so we're going to break down an A, and we already know from our rule, we're going to need a silent E there at the end, so it's just a matter of determining the middle sound, 8. Well, we only know one letter that can make that sound, so we're just going to insert in a T. So 8, we're going to down A, put our E at the end, and just put it in a T to get the word 8. Now, there are some exceptions. Words such as 8, wait, freight, rain, feign, stake, break, wait, and rain all have that long A sound, but they are not following the rule. These words are also known as sight words. The idea being that you don't need any decoding strategies. You just look at the word and you know what it means, just through rote memorization. Fortunately, the words will either be used enough that when you do need to spell them, you're going to be familiar with them. If you're looking at ways to memorize these words quicker, you could write a short story including all of the words so you can practice using them, and otherwise they're just going to come to you in time. And of course, if you need to change the verb tense or other situations where you need to add a suffix to change the word, you're going to be dropping that magic E and putting on the appropriate ending. So for example, bake, past tense, baked, or present, baking. Now, a point on that, if someone said to me, I bake these cookies, and they've already baked them, or they're in the process of baking, it's not perfect English. You need to have the correct verb form. But for English language learners, when you know the root form of the verb, and you use it with confidence, there's a very good chance you're going to be understood. If you're sitting beside baking that's been completed, and you say, I bake these cookies, it's going to be understood what you're going to do, of what you are doing. So, a bit of a cheat here. When in doubt of the proper verb form, just say its root form, and you're most likely going to be understood. Now, the next spelling pattern, I'm just going to give it to you right from the get-go. When you hear a long A at the end of a single-syllable word, you're going to write the letters AY, such as the word bay, lay, or ray. I have incorrect words written down here. An English language learner, when they go to write the word bay, it would make sense that they would write just B-A, because they've heard that A making that A sound by itself already. Unfortunately, this is not the case. B-A in English would be ba, L-A would be la, R-A would be ra. You need that Y in there to get the E sound of it. This is what's called a diphthong, or a sliding vowel. It's when two vowels come together to form a sound, but what's distinct about this sound is that you hear both vowels, one transitioning into the other. So A-Y, A it slides. So B in front of AY, bay. An L, lay. An R, ray. You slide through that diphthong. Of course, there's going to be exceptions. They, gray, pray, hay, survey, weigh, and slay. So you have more sight words, and this is also an important time to point out the use of homophones in English. It's tricky. We have words that sound the exact same way but are spelled differently, thanks to the magic of the English language. And now, sometimes it doesn't matter. For example, gray, spelled with an E as opposed to an A, is a regional spelling. Here in my neck of the woods in Canada, we spell gray G-R-E-Y. But if you go over to the United States, you're more likely to see it G-R-A-Y. It's still the same color. So don't worry about which form of spelling you're going to use. Now, for other homophones, even though they are pronounced the same way, because they're spelled differently, it's indicating a difference in meaning. Prey, EY, is something that an animal hunts. An animal hunts its prey, as opposed to a religious service when you are saying a prayer. People are praying. That is AY. Hey, HEY, that's the informal greeting, just means hello, as opposed to HAY, that is what horses eat. Hey. Moving along to our third pattern. You've already been told that if you hear a vowel saying its name in a single syllable word, chances are it's going to be a consonant sound followed by a silent E. But if that consonant sound is made with an L, N, NT, or an R, chances are you need to use the letters AI to create the long A. Words such as snail, pain, rain, hair, pear, or sail. And I'll point out some homophones here. Pear, as in a pair of shoes, as opposed to a pear, the fruit. Sail, S-A-I-L, is something you do on the water, where a sale, S-A-L-E, is something you'd find at a store, such as an item that has been discounted. Sometimes we even use A and Y before the letters M, D, T, or S-E, as in the words claim, made, wait, and raise. And we have another homophone here. Maid, M-A-I-D, is someone who cleans a room, whereas M-A-D-E is the verb to create something, to make something. He made us cookies, going back to an earlier example. So again, these are words that as you practice the English language, you're just going to it'll become second nature. You're going to know how to spell these the more exposure you have to the language. So from the top, if you hear a long A at the end of a word, write AY. If you hear the long A in a single syllable word, your first choice is going to be to write the letter A, the consonant sound you hear, and then the magic E, the silent E. That'll get you through most of the time. Otherwise, you're going to spell the long A with the letters AI. Just listen to the word, sound out each individual vowel and consonant. I know it's one syllable, but that's the magic of English. Even a single syllable word, we have these different sounds popping up. So just listen, hear it out, watch out for it, and of course, keep in mind homophones may be at play here when you want to express an idea, such as you made cookies M-A-D-E as opposed to M-A-I-D. So, not to belabor the point, I hope that all makes sense. So, next up, we have some other spelling videos you might like. We have grammar videos, all sorts of stuff to help you with your English. So please, if you don't mind, like and subscribe. It's much appreciated. And if you have any questions about what we're talking about here today, please put it down in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. So I thank you for your time. Have a great day. Bye for now.